alone can fix it.
So what do you do when the only one who can fix it, first of all, is the only one who broke it, and probably the only one who can't fix it? Well, the answer, my friends, is not blowing in the wind. The answer is anchored in the Constitution of the United States of America. Impeach and remove. It was written particularly for a perpetrator like Donald Trump. The answer is right there. That's all we have to do. And history may show that not doing this was America's biggest mistake. Even MAGA didn't vote for this crap. Trump is just not tanking the U.S. economy. He's now tanking the world economy. And what makes it worse is that he has no clue how to get out of this mess. Moreover, I'm almost 100% positive that the top generals informed Trump that an attack on Iran would likely result in the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. You know why? Because that was my first thought, and I'm no military expert at all. Do you think the world doesn't see that Trump is incompetent and incapable of executing the presidential duties of the United States of America? And that Donald Trump is the reason the Strait of Hormuz is closed? Period. Not because of Iran. Iran is just defending itself against the nation that attacked them without provocation. Iran is using anything it can, in this case the Strait, to stop Trump in self-preservation. I would do the same thing. Look, I love my country, but if anything, world leaders need to put pressure on Donald Trump, because Donald Trump is not well, and our Republican Congress is mainly made up of a bunch of unpatriotic cowards who prefer nationalism over democracy, who won't do anything. And America's going to pay a price for that. Now, before we reveal a few potential primary consequences of Trump's global blunder, let's take a minute to talk about what Trump actually did. At the end of President Obama's second term, Obama, along with the UK, France, Russia, China, and Germany, signed a nuclear agreement with Iran called the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. It wasn't a peace treaty, but in many ways it established a decrease in tensions between the U.S. and Iran, as well as between Iran and Israel. Both U.S. and international inspectors agreed that they had complete access and were regularly inspecting Iran's facilities, and that it was consensual between them, that Iran remained in compliance, and that the nuclear restraints on Iran were in fact working. Now, if you haven't already subscribed, please do, and also comment, like, and hit the bell for more updates. So when Trump became president, he ended the Iran nuclear agreement, claiming Iran was building nukes, despite national and international inspectors and analysts' claims to the contrary. And within 14 months of Trump's second term, Trump started an unprovoked war with Iran, of course claiming without proof Iran was on the brink of creating nuclear weapons. Forget the fact that Iran was no longer under an agreement because of Donald Trump, and that Iran had all rights to build nuclear weapons. But weirdly enough, since then it appears Trump's reason for initiating this war with Iran have, let's just say, fluctuated from nuclear weapons to Iran having been in the process of executing imminent conventional attacks on U.S. military bases in the Middle East. Thus, Donald Trump continues to make a complete international spectacle of himself as the one who single-handedly orchestrated the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. And now, of all things, he's taken it a step further, magnifying the international spectacle of which he is the centerpiece by threatening to annihilate Iran. In fact, threatening Iran with calamitous warfare over and over, only to back down. And what's sickest of all is that this may have all been initiated by Donald Trump just to pull attention away from Donald Trump's alleged involvement in a child sex trafficking ring. Nevertheless, in a nutshell, ultimately experts have predicted that a several-month continued shutdown of the Strait of Hormuz may result in, among other things, a global depression, the U.S. and Russia gaining an upper hand in the global oil market, and the militarization of shipping routes.
I alone can fix it.
This is American News Trust. I'm Steele Black.